Hi, welcome to Thome Square. Let's see what Thome has to offer. Karibu.
Welcome to U-Town Mall, located on the Hongo-Kigwathi Road near Green Court Estate in Utawala. With 3 floors, including a ground level, U-Town caters to the vibrant Utawala community, ensuring a steady flow of visitors. Our ample parking and competitive pricing no direct competition from other businesses within the mall. Come experience what we have to offer. Call us on 073-455-556.
Hello, welcome to Myspace podcasts, the only space, the only property which we don't sell. Today, thank you for tuning in. We have a very special guest with us today. And today we are talking matters creativities, matters making money in the creative industry. So I have a special guest of mine today, a good friend for a long time, and I am a consumer of his content. And that's why the team decided we call him here and we get to know how can the youth make money on the digital economy. So I let my friend introduce himself. Jaymo, karibu.
Asante sana. Kwa majina ile ya M-Pesa checks and any financial documents. Naitwa Wilson Moirani Gathoni, also known as Jaymo Msee. I'm a content creator, I'm a radio personality. Mimi ni mtu pia nilisoma, by the way, Mwenda. Unajua sometimes I see you address me like ni kama I did not actually nimemaliza 844.
Okay.
Unajua kuna watu ukiulizwa umeenda wapi, kuna kama ni 8 unasema tu ni 8 peke yake.
Yes.
Kama ni 84 unasema ni 84. Sasa yangu nilifanya 844.
Ah.
Yote
Paka university 4 years.
Yes.
Wapi?
the university. Unajua kuna mbili zenye zinaanza na
University of Nairobi.
Yes.
Okay.
Nilikuwa hapo. So nimekuwa kwa industry ya content creation since 2010. Yes, tulianza kufanya vipindi mpaka sasa tukaanza Jaymo ule Msee. And I'm so happy to be hapa Mindspace podcast. Nimekuwa nikiangalia sana nikitamani siku moja nitapata hiyo simu.
Yes.
So I must thank you for calling me to the platform.
Karibu sana.
Yes.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
So university huko ulifanya nini?
I studied political science and economics.
Yes.
A double major of both.
Okay. Wow. Politics and economics.
Yes.
Wow. Na ukaingia comedy instead of politics?
No. Even what we do is part of the political ecosystem.
Okay.
Because our content we create about mambo vile watu wanaishi. Unajua watu wanaelewangu wa siasa ni tu ya toboa ni sitoboa hapana. Siasa ni kila kitu yenye inafanyika kwa maisha yetu.
Yes.
Sababu without the day to day life of what we do, politics cannot thrive.
Yes.
So it's a fabric of our social, economic, and the political ecosystem that form now the political base. Yeah. So I still do it, but now in a different way.
Wow.
Yes.
They say if you don't take if you don't take interest in politics, the politics will take interest in you.
Yes. That's what had happened in the past to Kenyans.
Yeah.
Now sahi wamechukulia seriously.
Yes.
Juu wamejua it determine your day-to-day life in one or another.
Yes.
You might ignore it because unafikiria maybe vitu zinasemwa hazikuhusu ama zinafanywa. But if you look at it keenly and deeply, you will know that it affects you directly every time.
And also politics determines who gets what, when, and where, and why.
If people would understand that the origin of politics is people coming together to take power so that they can take charge of resources. So whoever kila time mwenye anakuja kucampaign, just know that person wants power so that they can be able to manage your resources on your behalf. So that would make people take very seriously whoever from ile chini mpaka huko juu ni nani wanataka akuwe kwa kiti.
So the bottom line ni mukuchu.
Ni resources. Hakuna kitu ingine ni mukuchu. Kama hakungekuwa na mukuchu, nobody would want to lead us. Ingekuwa sana watu kidogo wangetaka kujitolea ndio watu rule. But people know I'm the one who will be
making decisions
about how what we collect will be used. Yes.
Wow. And the government consumes almost 50% of goods and services in a country.
Kabisa.
Wow. So that means you have a 50% market share of the money.
Yes. Na ukiangalia kama pia system yetu, unajua system yetu is the only system in the world where we give you a job to go and give yourself another job when you are in the job that we gave you.
Nakwambia hii iko na mambo.
Yes.
So I see many people have tuned in. Adele Mogambi. Thank you. Adele Mogambi is a keen follower. Bital Khan. Daniel Mogambi watching from Texas, Isiolo. Adele Mogambi is saying we invite Simon Kabu of Bonfire Ventures.
Jabo.
Tag him right here.
Kabisa.
And he should come here soon, by the way. This is the second time he's being requested. Dipsha Thakuri watching Diska Ement, Jakim Juma, Jason Bogo, Eric Kyuru Tosh, this is my friend from Mombasa. Tuned in from Kinango, Kwale County. Salimia sana, Jaymo Bosi. Umesalimiwa na Eric.
Kabisa.
Kelvo Mashotis. Kevo Mashotis, Tukondani. Faith Mosebe. Morevi Mukundi. Samation. Frank Frame. David Devi. Frankie Fame, tuning from Maua Meru County. Very educative. Allah already. Wewe ni mwalimu ba na tujaanza. Unblessed Mambo. Jite Babu is tuned in. Ringine Nathan Jackson Resara N. Sam Samitation. Mwenda Thuranira tuned in from Nakuru. Salimia Jaymo yule mzee.
Kabisa. Yes.
Jack Sesara tupo ndani. Sawa. And Mark Davis. Thank you all for tuning in. And now we'll go right to it. There's something you mentioned to me a while back when we met. And something about keeping time.
Yes.
One thing I like about you, whenever you say a certain time, you're always on time. Why so?
Unajua, I've lost opportunities before because of not keeping time.
Yes.
Unajua, usipo keep time, if you are going to a business meeting, sometimes hata una lose the negotiation capabilities. Because unaweza pata watu hata mood yao imebadilika, walikungojea, umechelewa, you're wasting time. So kuna mzee aliniambia, one of my mentors akaniambia, you must practice the art of not wasting other people's time. If you can't keep time, please, ukilearn ku keep time, kuna vitu mingi sana za maisha utacorrect. Na nimeapply hiyo principle sana kwa vitu mingi. Hata social. Kama tulikuwa na mkutano, unafaa ufike mahali fulani tufanye vitu fulani. Ukichelewa, tunaweza kosa kufanya vitu vile kulingana na venye wewe ungetaka. Tuanze labda nusu kuliko pale imefika. So time keeping for me, I've been challenging myself every time. If we said 9, wacha nikuwe hapo 9 or even before. If I cannot make it, I would rather know that kesho nitablanda. Ama unajua kuna time keeping inakuja kwanza vijana, unaweza pata sometimes unakosa ku keep time because of you made some stupid decisions last night. So tulikuwa na meeting, umeniambia nikuje ofisi yako 9 am. Unajua mtu tunaingia hizi entertainment joints. So unapata mtu ujiambia nikilala by midnight, nitalala 6 hours niamke by 6. So you think you are in control of your body, but you are not minding the actions you are there. Ikifika hiyo midnight unasema hata nikienda home tu si nitalala 4 hours alafu niamke. So sometimes you find you messed up. Ama unabidi hata upostpone mkutano, unaambia mtu wacha something come up ndio ukule raha. But a lot of people miss opportunities because of not keeping time. Yes. So kama kuna kitu moja nimetaka ku practice kwa maisha yangu ni hiyo, wacha ni keep time. Where I've failed, I have noticed that unajua unaweza kuwa hata sometimes wewe ndio boss mahali. So unapata wewe au keep time because you think people you are the one who is the boss. But what it does to people with time, inaanza kuwa demoralize. Na wanaanza kujua, so hata kama ulisema tupatane 10, wanajua huyu mtu atakuja 12. Hata wao wataanza kukuja 11. So labda hiyo siku na wewe utakuja 10. Unaanza mpaka kukosana na kupata conflict. So I feel, and even now, right now as a father, I feel I want to teach my kids to be able to keep time in every operation that they are called for. Yeah.
Wow. As they say, honesty starts with keeping time.
Bas.
Like there's one bishop I was talking to of a certain church, and they had this meeting in America with their head. Their headquarters in America. So when they got there, they were 15 minutes late. And now, after 15 minutes, they were waited for 15 minutes. They didn't come. So they told them, the meeting is rescheduled. Come back in 6 months. So this guy had to pay another ticket.
Yes.
All the way from back to Kenya.
It's costly.
And book another appointment.
Yes.
6 months.
Yes, later.
Some guys, that's how strict they are. Imagine the tickets, the accommodation, the visas. The hassle you had to go to secure a meeting.
Alafu sometimes unajua kama umechelewa, hata kama ulikuwa unprepared, you can come out unprepared for a meeting because uko na tension. Una imagine sasa kama anakuja hapa unashinda ukinipigia simu, Jaymo uko wapi? Kwambia niko kwa Jaymo hapa Valley Road, kameshika ni nini. So that tension start rising. So sometimes hata ile subject matter tungekuja kudiscuss hapa, unapata iko change. Juu pia wewe labda wewe pia muona huyu jamaa anatukosea. Tulikuwa pia labda tufanye kitu fulani. Mimi nakuja na pressure, nataka kupeana story yangu in the shortest time possible because time imeenda. Because sometimes you are not able to achieve your objectives because you wasted time. Yeah. Okay. But it's lazima ni kitu lazima ujifunze. It comes from a lot of discipline. Unajua the reason why nimekuja kulearn we don't achieve our goals in life ni kukosa tu discipline. Yeah. Time is one of the key components
time
of discipline. Your time ndio pia unajuanga ni nani naweza patia time na nani siwezi patia time.
Yes.
Because sometimes we have become messed up because we have given time to people or things that we shouldn't have given time to.
Yes. Wow.
But mind yako imekuambia hey, wacha tu niende. That's why unaitwa na mtu fulani unatokea. Within no time you find that you have wasted a lot of time doing nothing. And probably you've been swallowed into certain habits and behaviors that will be very hard to come out of it because ya ile kitu wewe umeipatia time. So if you try and think that ile time uko nayo sasa kesho unajua utakuwa nayo. Because kesho time ya leo imeenda.
Yes.
So whatever we do today, tomorrow won't be there.
Yes.
So but sometimes sufikiria uko na time. Kwanza at our age unaonanga hata nisipofanya hiki kitu kesho sinaweza fanya. That's why unaweza pata nilikuwa nakuja hapa nipigiwe simu mahali ya pleasure ama entertainment nione siniambia tu Mwenda hiki kitu tunaweza fanya next week. Una postpone because you think hiyo kitu kingine unaenda kufanya ni muhimu sana. And with that you become addicted to postponing things and not doing things at the right time.
Yes.
You only want to do them when you are comfortable or when you are motivated. Na hiyo ndio kitu naona pia inatupumbaza sana kama vijana.
Yeah. Good. And one component of success is time management.
Yeah.
Actually it ranks very very high. Na kuna kitu moja pia uliniambia ukituma fare. Ukituma fare.
Yes. If I've invested.
Yes. Alafu
wewe ukuje tulikuwa tuonane 6 PM tufanye vitu zetu. Labda wewe uko na procedure vile unataka vitu zifanyike.
Yes.
Ukikuja 6:30
yes.
tutaanza na main course.
Yes.
Hii mambo mengine ulikuwa unataka ya preparation tunaweza fanya siku nyingine ya mabadi.
Ile siku uta keep time.
Yes. Because people need to stop wasting each other's time.
Yes.
Unanielewa? Kwanza wanaume nimesikia pia wanawake wanalia sana. Uliambia mtu meet time fulani, wewe unachelewa nini. And sometimes it creates conflict.
Yes.
Because unaweza pata mlikuwa mpatane whether it's a social meeting.
Yes.
Ile energy wewe wa kuchelewa umeenda kupeana kwa hiyo meeting, unapata watu hawajabambika sana. So you must always probably have a very good reason why you are late. Or actually let people know that hey, unajua kama it's a social thing. Watu usema we are meeting at 2 PM. Have the courtesy to tell people earlier, me I'll be there at 4 PM or 6 PM or 7 PM. It's something I've learned with life because it also shows the importance that you place on the people who are there waiting for you.
Exactly.
Ni life lessons. Ni ma teachings za life mzee.
Ni kama vile waheshimiwa ukuja wamechelewa kwa meeting.
Kwa nini?
What's your take on that?
No, hiyo unajua inakuanga, unajua if I will tell you about our political system, it's now that is changing that people are realizing. Why are you waiting for a mheshimiwa in the first place? Who should be waiting who? Mheshimiwa uanga employee na nani?
Na wananchi.
Sindio?
Yes.
So in a company settings, who waits for the other? Is it the boss that waits for the employees or the employees that waits for the boss?
The employees wait for the boss. Yes.
So who is the employee in this matter?
The mheshimiwa.
Yeye ndiye anafaa kufika mapema. Watu wachelewe. Kama ni lazima wachelewe. Mabosi wake wachelewe kidogo. Kama walikuwa na mkutano ingine. Lakini ni juu ile system to create, we have a system where our employee we worship our employees.
Yes.
So and that's why kuna mtu amejustify why they steal because mnajuanga huyu employee akikuja atatugawia mshahara yake.
Yes.
Na nyinyi ndio umempatia pake. Sasa akikuja anajua juu mkiwapo kuna kitu mtataka, anajua mtangojea. Na na create system anajua nikikujanga lazima niwapige marwabe. So lazima wangoje zile marwabe. Umenielewa?
And you pays the piper constitute.
Ndio hivyo.
Thank you for tuning in. Today we have top Kenya's content creator Jaymo, yule Msee, and also a top comedian, maneno mingi, maneno mzuri, maneno ya kufurahisha. So Ernest Mungai, Martin Kenywa, Central Imenti Constituency Manager, tuned in. Wow, CDF tutupia hapa bana. Asnen Nurani of Pride in Hotels. My brother, I see you. Timothy Mwirigi, tuned in. Jere Nafura, Washington. Lona Keremi, watching from Medero Chuka. Medero kuna kuanga na chemusha nyama mzuri huko. Chemusha takupeleka huko bana. Takupeleka huko ukaguze mlima kidogo.
Kabisa.
Yes. Then we have Nicole Njoroge, Paminas Mudhama, huyu ni mheshimiwa, niko ndani. Ndani Derito, Ernest Mungai, ndani kabisa. Kerimi Njogu, Edith Mboina, Nancy Kagendo, Florence Wanjiro, Manish Singh, Jimmy Mumbo, David Mureithi, Munio Anthony, and we have a comment here from Jimmy Mumbo. Mr. Mwenda Thuranira, I would like to exhibit my paintings at the current strip mall. Please let me know what I'm required to do. Wow, karibu huko, my town Karen, opposite Karen Hospital on Langata Road. We'll show you what to do. Calvin Richard, Joseph Nifo, Peterson Mwambu, Nancy Maingi, Prudence Mwachia, Abdi Wahid, Yellow Omar, jamaa wangu Isiolo huyo, Anthony Mugendi, Henry Mambo, and many, many more. Please send your question. If you have a question for me, if you have a question for Jaymo, kindly itume hapa ndio tuweze kuongea hiyo na kuelewana. We are here to educate each other. We're here to learn from one another. So before we go on a break, how did Jaymo get into content creation and comedy?
I got an interest in a video format content back in 2010. So hiyo 2010 nilikuwa na run website inaitwa whatshappening.co.ke.
Yes.
So hiyo website ilikuwa ina collect my information about events in clubs, in malls, movies, vitu kama hizo. So ukienda across Kenya, ukiwa in any very big town, unapata information from pale what's happening. So in 2011 nikaweza kuuza hiyo website pale Nation Media, alafu nika join their digital department to work there. It's then that I got a very keen interest in video content. Na pia kusoma pale nikajua actually other than the mainstream media, I got wind that the next revolution coming is people will be communicating through their videos na mobile devices. Sasa unajua inaambikonga kuwa at the right place at the right time and also getting the right information. So sasa ndio nikaanza pale, nilikuwa na one bedroom. Venye nilipata hiyo kazi ya Nation nilitoka kwa single room. Kuna mahali kwa naishi pale Park Road kwa single room ambayo the lavatory was outside. Unajua ile shared.
Ile ploten.
Ile hata dema akikutembelea usiku unajua kuna operations zikifanyika lazima watu waende washroom, lazima umescort muende na yeye nje burudi. Story for another day. Sasa nikahamia kanyumba ingine pale Roysambo. Kaanza tukaweka bana na kijana anaitwa Saimo, tukaanza anakuja na kamkuda, tunafanya story tukiongea na Msee. Actually I think for me that was the birth of podcasting. So tunaongea story tunaweka pale kwa mitandao. So with the time tukaweka 2011 2012 kaanza tena ingine inaitwa Ujinga Sosa in 2014. Bado ni kama it was also a podcast format. Tukiwa na jamaa anaitwa Tash. Alafu sasa tukaenda kwa in 2015 March tukasema hizi story tunapeananga, what if we acted them? And that's when we did the first video of Jaymo ule Msee. So since then we've never looked back. Sasa ni kuentertain watu, kupatia watu content, creating it from the social scenarios in our country and zile vitu interactions ambazo tuko na watu. So since then hatujaangalia nyuma, ni kufanya. Of course tukaweka team, tukaanza kuwork na watu wengi, akina Anto, akina Cliff, pia wakina Fortune, akina Banis, so many people that we've worked with and also who have also come out to become big brands in their own way. So that even ndio tumekuwa tukipiga shughuli.
Well, are there any guidelines for content creation in Kenya?
I think for me right now anyone can do it, and even back then for me it was the fight of mainstream media, because zile vipindi tulikuwa tunatoa hata kutoka hiyo time they were unconventional. Ukiangalia kitambo the mainstream media was very, walikuwa na editorial policy ambayo ilikuwa juu sana. Kuna vitu huwezi sema, zilikuwa probably wanadhani they are unconventional. Na sasa what we started online, it was running away from that, because kulikuwa na programs zenye zilikuwa kwa TV. But getting your program on TV was a very very
very difficult
tall order. So pale Facebook na YouTube kuna free platforms and people can interact with you freely. They can consume your content, they can give you feedback. Na wewe unaweza una comments useme venye watu wana associate nayo. So for me I would say there are no guidelines. It's only you pick a specific niche. Mimi nataka kufanya content kuhusu nini. And also you become creative, then you get a good team that you can work together to tell those stories. I think those are the key things that you need to do. Then you become disciplined. So unaweza anza hii shughuli, then within time you fall out. Unaanza kuna kitu watu wanaitanga creative block, ama unaanza kulack motivation. I always say that time and you feel motivation imeenda chini, that is the time to create more. To challenge yourself, because what I've learned in the game is that the more you do it, the more you become an expert. Naambianga watu ukienda hospitali hapa Nairobi Hospital ama wapi ama hata Kenyatta, mtu daktari huitwa specialist kwa nini? Because he or she has treated so many people that ukienda ukae kwa ile kiti yake ya consultation, umwambie vile una feel, anakuja na katochi anamwambia fungua mdomo, akiangalia anaanza kuandika. Kwambia enda pale utapewa ama enda ufanye test fulani. Why? That person has dealt with such cases for so many years and for so many people that it now becomes an expert. So even for a field, sometimes unakuwa discouraged. Probably you had certain ideas or ambitions or dreams. Probably they are falling apart or they are not working. Then you feel, hey, I need to stop. You need to pause. If you pause, probably you never get that motivation again to come back. So hiyo point una feel ni kama ka drive kameisha, ama my ideas kazi meisha, ama maybe my life is falling apart. That is actually the time to, if you manage to motivate yourself at that time, hakuna kitu uta achieve.
Good. Hiyo ndio wakati wa kwenda high drive. Like when you're not feeling like exercising or going to the gym. In fact, that's the time to go do it. Kill it. Because now it will become a habit. So even creating, utapata itakuwa rahisi sana. So instead of kusema kesho nitafanya nini, utakuanga mind yako iko set, inajua kesho lazima utengeneze video. No. And also don't be discouraged, because sometimes you start doing it, then you start thinking, ukiona concept unafikiri ni kama itabamba watu. So that self doubt start becoming a drag inside you, and it start pushing you from not creating. Create, you are creating for yourself. You are the original tuner. Wewe ndio umefikiria. So feedback, ukicreate leo ibambe watu, isibobamba, hiyo that is their own business. Keep doing it and keep doing it, because I've seen from people who, unajua kuna watu wanakomenta hata kama hujamit nao. Utaona huo mtu alianza kaenda hivi tena akaanza, because alikuwa anajua at the end nini anataka ku create. So keep going, persistent. Wow. And how do you get inspirations maybe to come up with ideas, show ideas? How do you read a lot? Do you watch a lot?
One of the things I would say is a gift from God. But also more importantly, if you have to interact with as many stories as possible. Lazima ujue dunia inaendelea aje, lazima ujue nchi inaendelea aje. You must also read books. You must also read, unajua tunakuanga na ile idea ya ati lazima usome zile vitu zinakubamba. When you leave school, kama ukiwa shule, you used to go to the chemistry class or the physics, na si ati ulikuwa unaipenda sana, ama ya mathematics. Sasa ukitoka kwa hiyo framework ya school, huku nje lazima usome. That's why utaona nikisoma vitu za mjengo even if I'm not in that industry, because I want, even when I'm interacting with you, I have an idea of what happens in the construction industry, in the real estate market. But unapaiza pata ukijilimit, even for example when a real estate client comes to me and tells me, hey, I would like you to create content the same way you create, but uweke hii product yetu hapo, you will not be able to do that, because you have no idea how that market operates. So my challenge is always to be able to read extensively as possible, watch some things which hata zingine has any interests. Ukiingia tu pale, unajua unaweza pata mtu anaingia tu Netflix ama YouTube, unawatch labda zile vitu unapenda. So if you like action movies, you're only watching action movies. But lazima ujifunze, ujipush, watch hata science fiction, watch vitu zingine, watch documentaries, open up your mind. The more you open up your mind, the more your mind is trained, inajua, by the way, I can have unlimited thoughts. And that's why you can have unlimited stories that you can tell.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you so much, We'll be right back.
Hi, welcome to Thome Square. Let's see what Thome has to offer. Karibu.
Yes, so welcome back. I see many people have joined us. Boniface Murungi, well done, Mwenda. Yule Msee ako on point. Sam Gure, Kabdi Malik Aji, Peter Awala Kenya, Shem Momanyi, watching from QC, Keroka, Miwaka Oyoko. Mayaka Oyoko as a comment here. Good job, Mwenda Thuranira, for your inspiration and creating hope for many that can make it. Thank you. Douglas Mboro, Benson Kailemia, Bis Bernard, Mike Mudhuri, SK Chomba. I'm next guests. Tunakungoja hapa. Ibrahim Kiru, Joshua Kamusu Mode. Hey, this is my friend from Isiolo. Jackson Ongeno, Mutweri, Calabash, Ben, and many more. Let's hear what Jaymo has to say. That is Princess Teti from Meru.
Good.
So, how can someone make money in the content industry, especially the young upcoming generation? I think nowadays you can buy a phone and start creating your content. So how can somebody monetize that?
I would first want to put a caution out there. This is an industry that if you're getting into it, the first thing that you do, is not to think how you'll make money. And that is my opinion. The first thing that you should think is, how will I create a brand, a household name, yenye itajulikana, and you'll be identified because of the certain stories that you tell. You understand? Because I'm seeing a very big, yani nitaita catastrophe, because utapata watu wengi wanaingia na hiyo hope ya, nitapiga video 2-3 ama 10, nianze kutengeneza do. And then they get lost. Because your brand has no identity. A brand must have an identity. People must know what you stand for na ile kitu unakuanga nayo. Unanielewa? Because ndio ukiitwa sasa na client later, they know you stand this. This is how you talk. These are the kind of stories that you tell. So there's a big opportunity of making money. Because also umeona kama, for example, social media channels mingi zimeopen up channels of how people can monetize. Kama Facebook uliona juzi, hiyo ni kitu tulifuatilia sana na rais, for example, ndio ikuje kufanyika ndio tufunguliwe hizo platforms. TikTok watu wamekuwa kitumiwa gifts. Instagram kuna watu wamepata subscription. YouTube there are people making money. But why are they making money? if you ask me, is because they have created a household name and a certain brand that is identified for doing certain things. So ukifollow hiyo kitu, and sometimes there is no set certain, hakuna a certain period yenye iko set ya kufanya hizo vitu. Unanielewa? Unapata unaweza tengeneza hiyo brand for 5 years before you start making money. Kuna mtu atakuja aitengeneze in 6 months. Kuna mtu ataitengeneza even with 1 year. But the best thing is, what does your brand stand for? What kind of content do you give people? How, if it's entertainment content, are you able to maintain that entertainment even as you plug in content from clients without losing your identity? Because kitu ingine inaweza happen ya tumetengeneza brand, then you get swallowed into selling a lot of things, selling a lot of products and services, then you forget the original purpose and vision for that brand. So then what will happen ya tuta lose ile fan base yako, watu wata disassociate na wewe because they say huyu mtu sasa ukiona tu kitu unajua huyu anatuuzia kitu. So and it happens, and some of these things some of us have discovered with experience because it has happened to us. So sometimes you find brands have come, you've lost yourself, yani umejisahau, umesema wacha nitengeneze mapake, then in that process unasahau ilikuwa na telling story gani. So if you don't pinch yourself urudi haraka, unaweza pata hata hiyo brand yako tena inaweza isha. So it's a balance, but the opportunity to make money is there, but only the people who can make money consistently are reputable brands which stands for something. Kuna brand itakuja leo, kesho mtu atatengeneza pesa, then it disappears because kuna pia what we call the curse of popularity, the curse of fame. So when you are starting, you never even thought you would become famous. Then once unakuwa famous, that thing becomes a disease inside you. So you forget yourself. Then once you forget yourself, what happens is you won't start, unasahau kutengeneza ile authentic content yenye ulikuwa unatengeneza. You lose yourself in the fame. Before you know it, you are going down, and probably there is no one or even yourself to rescue yourself. So lazima pia watu wajiwange. And I wish some of this training will happen for people even who are coming up, like how do you deal with the success that comes with content creation? How do you deal with the fame that comes with that success? Because sometimes it can be that is what will destroy you. Unanielewa? Then kuna kitu ingine ya content creation, something to do with financial literacy. So you find you started somewhere, then you never knew how to manage money. Then money has come. Money is here with you. With no time, you don't have the money. Why? Because you never had skills to manage that money. Na hujaipata ganji kama hiyo. So then what happens? Then do ikianza kuisha, inaanza kuaffect vile ulikuwa na produce ile content yako. Before you know it, you are lost. So it's a catch-22. And I would appeal to even upcoming content creators and even existing ones. Learn from the experiences of others. Challenge yourself. Where you don't have skills, ask for help, even from professionals. Because you've seen even in our country, sometimes it happens, unaweza kuwa you are fast rising, then the next thing you're even asking for help, even to cater for your own personal needs. Unanielewa? So I think kwanza hiyo kitu ya managing how you are building your brand, managing your finances, managing yourself. You need people who can tell you the truth. Unanielewa? Because unapatanga sometimes you are rising, even the people who are around you cannot, hawezi kuambia kitu. You sasa wewe ndio bosi, wewe ndio star. Unanielewa? So even when you are losing yourself, even the closest people around you are just watching you because they can't tell you anything. So lazima pia uchoose nitajisurround na akina nani, watu wenye wanaweza niambia ukweli bila kuniogopa. Unanielewa? So it's a catch-22, and if you learn the ropes yani hizo vitu, you can have a very successful career in content creation.
Wow. It has serious points.
Yeah.
And now, since you said content creation, to be successful, you have to have a strong brand. So now, if for somebody who is starting, how do you create a brand?
A brand is created by what you are creating. ni what are you churning.
Yes.
Na ndio nasema huwezi kuwa ukifanya vitu 1,000 things and then you think you'll create a brand.
Yes.
In my opinion, it's about specializing. You see, any brand that you will mention is known by something. Coca-Cola, if you mention it, is known more because of Coke, not because of Sprite or Fanta.
Yes.
Tini ukweli?
It's substitutes.
Yeah? Unanielewa?
Yes.
If you mention Myspace, for example, it's not because of real estate.
Yes.
But it has other things that it does.
Yes.
But it's because of your expertise in what you've done with Myspace that people know Mwenda Thuranira of Myspace.
Yes.
Unanielewa? Locally, if you mention a company like Safaricom, ukienda Ocha ulize Msee about Safaricom, probably ajui sana juu ya bundles. Anaijua sana juu ya kupiga simu.
Yes.
It's the connection. Unanielewa? If EABL is mentioned, watu wataijua sana juu ya Tusker. Unanipata? So you must specialize in something.
Yes.
For that brand, because brand ni identity.
Yes.
Msee tunamjua juu ya nini? Kitu fulani.
Yes.
So even as you starting, you must stand with something. Kama umeamua mimi nataka ku create content, watu wajue. Unajua kuna kama I don't know about cows. So if somebody would start creating content about the different type of cows and giving me in-depth knowledge juu ya mang'ombe, I will follow that person and sema huyu jamaa labda tutamuita Msee wa mang'ombe because yeye ndio ana creating kitu fulani juu ya mang'ombe.
Yes.
Unaona? Lakini hizi nitengenezea leo kwa nini content ya ng'ombe, kesho nitengenezea juu ya nyumba, hiyo singine ananiambia juu ya sijui juu ya barabara, I'll be lost.
Yes.
So for you to create a brand, you must choose a certain niche of how you're telling the stories.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's consistency.
Yes.
Being consistency in what you do.
Yes.
Till you specialize in it.
Yes.
Yeah, you see, like my brand, the way I positioned it, I like it when a person sees me, anaona nyumba, plot,
kabisa,
mall, na vitu kama hizo.
Ndio hivyo.
So hata nikitembea anywhere, mtu ananiambia habari ya nyumba, I want this, I want that. Anywhere. Like today I was at TRM.
Yeah.
I was at a Java meeting there on Thika Road. I met one of my older clients. So of course we know each other.
Yes.
And we sat down. And out of a 5-minute conversation, we were able to make a transaction.
Yes.
I mean that I believe that's what brand should stand for.
Referrals, you are only referred. Utapewa referral because you are a specialist or your brand is known about something.
Yes.
So ukipata na mzee ulize kama let me give you in my village, ukitafuta veterinary, unaambiwa kuna mtu fulani. Why? Because he is known as the only veterinary who does certain things.
Yes.
Ukitafuta plumber, unaambiwa huyu jamaa amefanya hiyo job ya plumbing 15 years.
Yes.
Hata nyumba ya fulani ndio aliwawekea maji. Lakini utaambiwa ati huyu ndi plumber, ni fundi, you know. So it's that identity. And it helps you become an expert.
Yes.
So that even when you're talking about your craft,
yes,
you have authority and you have expertise knowledge about what you're talking about.
Yes.
So hata ukiitwa mahali mkutano, you speak about what you do, becomes very easy. If you are asked, ukiitwa na client, ukienda hata akikupigia story mnataka kufanya hivi, you already, because you are an expert, you can be able to diagnose very fast and know who Msee tutamfanyia hii na hii, this who client tutamfanyia hivi na hivi, because you are an expert. That comes when you have the patience to build a brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And it's easy to build a brand and you can spoil it within a day.
Yes, and also there are people who wants to use shortcuts.
Yeah.
Even in our industry. So umefanya to content, unaona kama wasee wakufanyi. So you think let me get into this scandal, let me pay certain bloggers to write about me. Waseme sijui nilionekana mahali ama nafanya. Then you think by that people will know you and now it becomes very easy to have business. You can have, unaweza pata hiyo kidogo, but consistently you cannot have.
Yeah.
Then what you become, you become addicted to chasing clout.
Yes.
So you want to be mentioned mahali popote kitu yote ina happen. That's why lazima unataka kuonekana kila mahali, ufanye, you can do any crazy things so that people talk about you. So now you've become addicted to becoming famous, not to building your brand. And that's where the separation, and that's why a brand will come and disappear, another brand will be in the market for the next 30 years. That's what separates them. Because if you want to build a brand, lazima useme, what is my brand reputation? You can have your own personal shortcomings or personal life na vitu unafanya. But in terms of your brand, how will I position it so that the brand is bigger than your individual self?
Yes. Correct.
Stop thinking the brand is you. There are people who make that mistake. Unafikiria brand ni wewe. Hapana. That is a separate entity. And if you want to maintain it, lazima ukuwe umeiwekea rules, ujue nitaipeleka hivi na hivi na hivi, hivi na hivi.
Wow. Thank you, Jaymo. For those watching us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, karibuni sana. We appreciate you. Thank you for being with us, and we want you more. So, Jaymo, what are some of the challenges is faced by content creators? Yeah.
I think the challenges, one of the things is, kuna mtu juzi aliniambia very powerful statement. Actually ni mbimbi yangu aliniambia, the limitation in you is only on your mind. That limitation is only on your mind. So it's the same thing. Challenges comes to sharpen us. Because when you face a challenge as a creative, ndio maana Mungu amekupatia hiyo akili ya creativity ndio ujue vile utai-overcome. So for me, I would not say they are challenges per se. For me, I would say they have been learnings. So tuko hivi, unafika mahali unakwama. No, hiyo kukwama unaweza pata, ulikuwa probably you wanted to do this, you cannot be able to do this. Probably you have financial limitations and you wanted to do that. But that creative mind has something. If you think about it, itakupatia kanjia. Probably if you're planning, you wanted to use 50,000 to do something, it can give you a solution that you can use 1,000 to do it. Because you are not thinking about vile nitafanya, unafikiria what is the end product that I want to give. Unanielewa? So with that, the creativity will come to you. So I would say there are no challenges. Ukiangalia hata sasa dunia, kitambo kupata simu ilikuwa very expensive. But right now, there are so many phones which can shoot content which are affordable.
Yes.
There are also platforms where you can even get a phone, you are paying pole. So you see, you're not limited. Watu wengi sometimes, the limitations are in your head. Unafikiria, lazima ukuwe na cameras, lazima ukuwe na timu kubwa, ndio utoe kitu kubwa. Kumbe ilikuwa tu ni upatie Mwenda simu, ashike, ufanye ile kitu mnafanya kama mna act ama unataka kusema. Sometimes you don't even need Mwenda. Una need tu simu ushikilie hivi wewe mwenyewe na useme hivyo. Then you start relating with people. So the limitations and the challenges, if you allow them zikuje, utafanya hakuna kitu utaifanya.
Yes, you'll never move.
You'll never move. So I would say there are no challenges. Challenges ingine yenye mtu anaweza fikiria ni ufikiria hii sasa nitatengeneza doaje. The moment you start thinking like that, it will become very hard for you to make money. Because what for me I've seen, it's good when money is looking for you than when you're looking for money. When you're looking for money, most of the times you'll be shortchanged. But build a brand that will attract people because of what you offer.
Yes.
Not you wanting every time to go and tell people what you offer so that they can consider buying into your idea. But if you work very hard, people will identify, and so nikitaka kitu fulani nitapigia Mwenda. If I want so and so, I'll call Mwenda. He might have that information. He might have that product. He might have that service. Or I know if I go to my town Karen, nitapata kitu fulani. It's the brand that has attracted me.
Yes.
With that, I can come and spend a lot there.
Yes.
But if your brand came looking for me, probably the negotiation would have got shortchanged because you are the needy one there. So I always encourage people, even if it's making money in our industry, do it to the best that whatever you think you should have will come looking for you.
Wow. How can the Kenyan content creators play at the global stage?
It's very possible. Ni kujichallenge too. We have to look, those who are playing at the global stage, what are they doing better than us? And now, because the world is a global village, if you want to know what somebody in Texas is doing, you can check it from here.
Yeah.
If you want to know what a content creator in Finland or in Sweden or in Australia is doing, utapata hapa.
Yeah.
If you want to know what somebody in South Africa is doing, somebody in Ghana, Nigeria, wapi, in Tanzania utajua. So if you're already doing it, it becomes very easy to leverage yourself kuingia global market. Unanielewa? But you must have a community. Sometimes you want to jab the gun, you want to compete with those guys, and you've not built even a local community for yourself that will give you the power to elevate to the global stage. So it's very easy because now we are not limited. Probably if you are a comedian and you tell your jokes in Kiswahili or in your native language, for example, probably you need to know, probably if I put subtitles here, Msee ako Venezuela anaezona hii kitu na imbambe. Unanielewa? Then hapo ndio ulikuwa unasema ile limitation, you need to watch a lot of things. You need to learn other people's culture so that you know hii joke nikipiga hapa for example ama nikifanya hii content Msee ako Brazil anaweza ona hii kitu na relate nayo. Because content if you want to go to the global stage is about relatability. If you look at the hotel industry for example, where are they given the ratings? A 5-star. Nimezia kuna rafiki yako hapa Redina hapo ana watch.
Yes.
Ndio, anataka mzungu akitoka mahali fulani akiingia pale Mombasa anapata kitu inakuanga huko kwao.
Yes.
Or even better. That's where the relatability concept comes in.
Yes.
So the person competes at the global stage because he's offering services and goods at that level. But that comes with learning and knowing what is nini inafanywa at the global stage. So even for content creators in our country, it's very easy. Very easy. And we have examples of even actors and even great people even working at the global stage from this country.
Yeah.
So it's very possible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good. My last question. What is the future of content creation in Kenya?
Oh, it's very great. The industry is opening up. Right now, I know if the industry was to be valued, it would make a very a significant chunk of even of our GDP in terms of its contribution. So the future is even brighter. But the future will be brighter for more people will become organized, have a vision, dream bigger, and be disciplined. So it's there. It's very bright. Yes. In the future, unajua inchi, and I think it's been an African concept where the richest people are politicians. That thing is going to change in future, where the richest people in Kenya will be entrepreneurs, athletes, content creators, and all people doing the creative work.
Yes.
I feel the future is very bright. Sana.
Wow. So as they say, like if you look at Kenya, you know, the business community serves, and the politicians. No, yeah, the politicians don't serve like in. They are the ones who make money. But if you look at the West, the politicians are the one who serve. The business community makes the money.
Yes. Angalia hata sahi America. The president was with the richest man. Sini ukweli? Saizi wako na Musk.
Yes.
But there is no way Trump will ever be richer than Elon Musk.
Yes.
And we need to share that culture in our country where innovators, entrepreneurs, athletes, artists, content creators make more money than politicians.
Yeah.
Ndio, by the way itasaidia hii nchi sana. Itafanya hata sasa hii mambo ya corruption na nini zitapungua sana.
Yeah.
Because if we keep encouraging a place where politicians become the richest, that's why everyone want to become a politician.
Yes.
Kila mtu anataka apige deal au moke. That's why patience ya create ina lack. Unaona? Yeah. But we need to change our culture where people who have spent time building their craft, building their businesses, become top role models for even people who are in school and people who are inspiring to become great people in the country. Not where, there is nowhere politicians will ever motivate people to become like them. It has never happened. Na lazima tubadilishe.
They want everything for themselves.
Yes, na lazima tubadilishe.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Lazima tubadilishe.
Perfect.
Hiyo tukibadilisha nchi itaendelea vizuri sana.
Hapo sasa. Good. Thank you, Jaymo. Now it's come a time when the guest asks the host a question.
Yes.
Any question for me?
Yes, I have a question.
Anything.
Yes. First of all I would like to understand your motivation behind you doing a podcast. Because for me it's inspiring.
Yes.
And it has shown me that you can be doing something something else but you have passion for something and you create time for it. Ndio maana nimesema nikuulize hiyo swali, where did the motivation come from?
Okay, so you know, my online community.
Yes.
You know, I'm active.
Yes,
on
very,
social media.
very yes.
So, and people need feedback. People need to see the face behind.
Yes.
Sometimes they might think it's a keyboard warrior
Yes.
or something like that.
Yes.
And again, for us to be able, through the network I've built, like you now,
Yeah.
to have a guy like you, I know it's not easy.
Yeah.
Not anybody would have called you, you go. I'm sure it's a big sacrifice. Yeah?
Yes.
So through the network I've built, now I know my people, my community, online community can learn and better themselves.
Yes.
That's the inspiration behind this.
Yes.
And if we can do it live, we can reach out to more people, the better.
Yes.
Since by the end of the day, we don't want to leave any man behind. We want sote tusonge mbele.
Kabisa.
Everybody becomes successful.
Yeah.
Everybody learns from one another.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure the people who are dreaming of content creation, today I'm sure they'll have a good sleep. They have learned how to create a brand, how to be consistent, how to specialize, and how to make it happen out there and be able to play on the global stage.
Yes.
Of course, for me, that means everything. I know by the end of the day, what I tell myself, I want to share myself. At the end of it, I have nothing remaining to share. I'm done. I'm gone. I shared my best, and I did my best even for the community I built, for the knowledge I shared, or I facilitated.
Yes.
Like having you today.
Yeah.
Of course, that's the inspiration. I'm hoping I answered your question.
You did because iko mzee pia aliniambia, one of my mentors, akaniambia, when you're gone, people will not remember what you've left behind.
Yes.
What you remember,
hata kumbuka maploti.
No. Hata moja, hata molo. Tutakuwa tukipita tunasema hii ilikuanga ya Mwenda. Ilikuanga. Sasa iko na mtu mwingine mwenyewe.
Yes.
You understand? But what people will remember is how you made them feel and the impact that you had on their lives.
Yes.
So congratulations and keep bringing. Unajua, wacha tuniambie watu, please listen to a lot of podcast. Knowledge right now, knowledge iko kwa global stage na iko accessible sana, and you can learn a lot of things that can make you a better person. So thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate.
Thank you.
And I'm happy to know what the inspiration is inatoka wapi.
Perfect.
Asante sana.
So I know I have many of my followers who would like to reach out to you.
Yeah.
Maybe they would like to work with you, advertise their stuff and stuff like that. Or just hang out with you.
Yes.
How can they reach you?
Please, you can reach me at nitundrobia tu message pale Facebook Msee, Instagram Msee, and you can also even send me an email at jaymo@gmail.com. Please feel free to reach out and we'll do great things together.
Okay.
Asante sana.
So, you guys are a friend of mine, Jaymo is a friend of mine. Mpatieni biashara.
Kabisa.
Hapa namna gani?
Ndio hivyo mazi.
So, thanks a lot.
Yes.
And as always, I appreciate you guys for being with us today. And tembea pale my town Karen, pale tumekuwa na wewe siku moja tukachapa shughuli 1-2.
Yes.
Na watu walipenda sana.
Mahali mzuri sana.
Asante.
Yeah.
Na pia tembelea pale myspace.co.ke and get to see what we have to offer. Anything real estate, we are ready for you. Next week, I would like you to comment whoever you like to see on this show. Tag them down here, please, so that because we want to bring you what you want. This show is about you. Asanteni sana. See you next week, same time.